Well, hey, Beth. Listen, we got to have us a quick chat, okay? There were a few things that happened this week that I was not able to get around to talking about. So we're going to play us a little catch up, okay? So let's go ahead and get into us a quick chat. Let's talk about it. All right, fresh off the little holiday break that we got, okay? I'm hoping that everybody had a really good Thanksgiving, with your friends, with your family, with your kids, all that other great stuff that y'all may have going on, and that y'all was able to eat good and get y'all a little shopping in for Black Friday. I'm hoping that it all went well, okay? But we're gonna go ahead and hop into some stuff. Got a few things I want to chit chat with you guys about, okay? So first up on the lovely quick chat, we have Iman Shumpert. I always mess his name up. Please forgive me, honey. I be messing this man's name up. But just to know that this guy is the husband to Teyana Taylor, who happens to be on tour right now, okay? And I have to say shout out to him because I ended up seeing on TikTok that he ended up going to one of her concerts. I guess he surprised her. She wasn't expecting him to show up to one of her concerts, as he had, like, she's touring right now and he is doing Dancing with the Stars, so she wasn't expecting him to pop up on her and sing the song that they have together. So I was definitely here for it. Teyana Taylor, I wish I was able to go to the concert, but y'all, I'm still feeling away about COVID. I'm not trying to be in the midst of a lot of people, so for me, I'm just gonna have to skip out. I know this is like her farewell tour, but girl, you're gonna have to bring it back around in like a year or something, right? It's so cute because she got her little girl on tour. And when I tell you, this little girl, Junie, is not shy by far. I love her personality. I love how they just let her be free and do whatever she wants to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just think that's awesome. But anyway, getting back to her husband, Iman, okay? He was featured on Dancing with the Stars this year. And he has done a great job so far. Y'all know Kenya Moore of Real Housewives of Atlanta was also on Dancing with the Stars, but she got eliminated a few weeks back. She and her partner, Brandon. Well, shortly after her elimination, we ended up seeing Iman and his partner perform a dance in honor, I guess you could say, of the movie Get Out by Jordan Peele. Y'all, if you have not seen that, you need to go and research and find this dance routine, okay? It's probably somewhere here on YouTube or wherever, okay? But they did a really, really, really good job. It definitely went viral, honey. I was like, oh, he did that. It was in that moment when I watched this performance, I said, he's going to win. He finna win. He finna win this thing, and that's exactly what he did. So congratulations to Iman. That has to be dope, okay? I have to give him a hand clap for that, honey. If it wasn't going to be Kenya, it was going to be Iman. So shout out to him for doing his thing because he did that, period. But let's go ahead and switch gears and talk about somebody else that happened to do some winning as well this past week. We had the AMAs, which was actually hosted by Miss Cardi B, who I thought did a really good job, okay? One thing I like about Cardi B, and she just be honest, for real. Like, I loved how she was up there doing the awards and talking about how nervous as hell she was. Because I was over here like, I know she nervous. I know she know, like, I would be nervous. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that she came out and said that, I was like, I appreciate the honesty. Okay, I appreciate the realness in this moment, right? A lot of times you're supposed to act like you're not showing the fact that you're nervous. I appreciate the fact that she said, girl, I'm nervous as hell, but we're going to get to it. It ain't going to matter because I'm going to be serving looks. And looks, she definitely served that night. So shout out to Miss Cardi B. But we have to talk about Miss Doja to the Cat, all right? Doja Cat, very talented, y'all. I was so focused on, honestly, not listening to her music, not really caring for her too much as an artist. And honestly, that really came from all of the racial things that I heard about her. Like, was it the beginning of this year, end of last year, stuff like that? I didn't like that she was in those chat rooms doing all that extra stuff. So I was like, oh, girl, I'm side-eyeing you on, right? But let me tell y'all something. This woman is talented. Period. I have to be honest. I started listening to her songs a little more here and there, a little other song. I was like, yo, baby girl about to get me. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm about to start liking Doja. I'm about to start liking Doja, okay? Sometimes you don't have to say nothing at all. You let your talent speak for it all. So when, people don't like you, they may come around. Like with me, right? I wasn't featuring her in the beginning, but I'm coming around, and I'm glad that I'm coming around because I think she's very talented. However, Doja won 2 different awards during the AMAs, right? She won, I believe it was R&B album, and she also won like favorite R&B artist. And she was in a category with like her, who has won tons of awards. Janae Aiko, I think she was even in the category with SZA and stuff. So it's like, girl, Doja is not R&B to me. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts and comments down below. She's not R&B. I do think that Doja is pop. That's what most of the songs that she dropped, that's what they are. They're pop. I'm like, maybe y'all should come up with a new category called pop and blues or something like that. I don't know, child. Maybe I need to come up with something else. But I just felt like, I think that she should have definitely won some awards based on her work ethic and how much, how great her music is performing, right? But I also feel like it was messed up to just stick her in that category because y'all did not feel that you wanted her to compete against your good Judy's like Miss Taylor and Miss Olivia R, because I can't say her last name. You don't want her to compete with the young ladies over in the pop category or whatever, right? At least that's how I took it. But I want to hear you guys' thoughts on what you think, because you may feel like Doja is R&B. So I want to hear your thoughts about it. But for me, I feel like, girl, this lady's not R&B. Put her over there in the R&B category. A lot of people I'm sorry, not the R&B category, but the pop category. A lot of people started to complain about that too, because they felt like she is not R&B. And then you had some people like, no, she is. Her album, she had this song, she had that song or whatever. But like I've said before, if the majority of the album is pop, then Baby Girl is pop. Period. That's like K Michelle having an R&B album, but she only got like 2 country songs. Why would they put her in the country category? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, you're R&B. So I feel like the same thing applies for Doja. I also feel like people that were in an uproar about her being in the R&B category should also be in an uproar about her not being in the pop category, because they trying to separate her and make her different. And it's like, why this woman of color can't enter over here in this pop when that's exactly what she is? Like, I'm so confused by that. But I also don't know how it works behind the scenes, and if you have to submit your music to a particular category. Now, if you have to submit your music to a particular category, maybe she didn't submit for pop. Maybe she just submitted for R&B, or maybe she submitted for both and they just accepted her to be in R&B. And if they only accepted her to be in R&B, then I do feel like that's the AMA's fault. But if she herself only submitted to be in R&B because she felt like she would win those categories over pop, then I have an issue with you, Doja. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, you was wrong for that. Okay. Now, even if you feel like you probably would not have won in pop, then you should have put it over there. But I'm not 100% sure how it works when it comes down to who gets to be in what category. I don't know if they have a board that they make the decisions with, or if it's so much as they get to submit their own music and up for review, and whether or not their review is accepted and possibly listed as a nomination. Not sure of the overall process, but at the end of the day, what I'm sure about the fact that Doja Cat, to me, she pop. She great at what she do. But she's pop. She's not R&B. When I listen to her album, I hear R&B. When I listen to Janae, I feel like I hear R&B. Same thing with SZA, even with Summer. But I don't hear that with Doja. But either way, honey, she won those awards, and good luck. We hope it works out for the other ladies that were in the category. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they still get the same success or whatnot. We'll see how that's going to go for them. Hopefully they go want to win more awards, especially with the Soul Train Awards coming up. We'll see if any of those ladies receive awards at that time. So there's that. Let's go ahead and switch on over to somebody else, honey. Y'all know I got to talk about Miss Keke Wyatt. She got a show. Yeah, she got a show coming back to TV. And she is going to be focused on like her life, in so many words, of her kind of like getting back to the music, basically. That's what it's going to be documenting. Her comeback is what they're calling it. And I'm here for it, because I felt like that's what her old show was about, when she had like her kids and her husband at the time and all of that. She focused on her, I felt like she had her own show. If she didn't have her own show, maybe it was R&B Divas that I'm thinking about. But all in all, it focused on her music career. It focused on her family and everything. Let me tell y'all something. I'm looking forward to it. I like Keke Wyatt. I want to see where she is in her life now. Right? I wonder if she's still the same old goofy Keke Wyatt, ready to get you together or whatever. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing how has her life changed? How has she changed? What has she been up to lately? What has her children been up to? I also hope they kind of put in the dynamic of, the relationship between her and her kids' dad or dads or whatnot. And y'all know she done went and married somebody that looked damn near like the last man that she was with, honey. So, and I think she had a baby by him. So I want to see the interactions of all of that. Not just your path of you getting back to the singing, honey, because everybody not going to be tuning into just that part. Okay, we want to see all the parts. We want to see everything. Give us all of it, because I feel like all of that is what's gonna be. That's what's gonna help your music come together anyway. You know what I'm saying? Your experiences, what you got going on in life, and stuff like that. So because of that, I want to know about the dynamics of everything you got going on, honey. So y'all let me know if y'all ready for a little bit of documentary from Miss Keke Wyatt. And then while we speaking on Keke Wyatt, y'all, am I the only person that miss R&B divas and Hollywood divas? Like, I miss it. Like, I want Carlos and Todd to have a conversation. I want you guys to hug, love on each other, praying that there is not any beef or whatever. And I would like for you to revive that, okay? If you're not going to revive those two shows, is it possible? Because I feel like I don't think they copyrighted the entire idea to where, or trademarked the entire idea to where one of them can't go out and just work on that particular show with a different name on their own. So I would want to believe that you can bring us back like R&B divas, but call it something else, musical divas. Now, I do understand that he gave us the encore over there on BET. Carlos, wonderful. You did your thing. It was great. They actually came together and did a project together. They actually came together, did a project. So we might have to just settle for encore. But can we get a encore for the actors as well? And they come together and do like a play or a project or a short film at the end of it too? If you're not going to give us like R&B divas, Hollywood divas, can we get another spin? But you know what? Now that I think about it, Carlos did talk about how he was probably going to consider bringing in males for the BET encore. That would be cute. I'll be tuned in, but I kind of miss the ladies of R&B divas, as well as, you know what I'm saying, Hollywood divas. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts and comments down below, honey. Let me go ahead and scoot on over to something else, child. Let me talk about Isaiah Thomas and LeBron James. The side of pen got the tussle. You want a tussle? It's a little TikTok song. I can't think of it right now, but I'm thinking of it. I'm hearing it, but I can't get the tune right now. But just know it's like a little TikTok song going on in my head. But anyway, this was a mess. This right here was a foolish mess, right? They're playing ball. This happened like earlier this week. They're playing ball. Somebody was at the free throw line. It looks like Isaiah Thomas was on LeBron's arse, right? In the midst of him being on the arse of LeBron, Isaiah gets smacked in the face with an elbow, is what they're alleging, as well as, to me, when I watched the playback, it looked like the elbow didn't hit him. I may have to go back and watch it again. It looks like he got hit in the face with LeBron's hand. Okay, but I guess it was an elbow. When I watched the playback, for me, I feel like LeBron did not do that on purpose, right? Everybody else was like, oh, girl, please. Like, he did that on purpose. He definitely did. I don't think he did. I don't think he meant to do that. But then it is like you all up on me, like get up off me. But you know, you can't be doing all that in basketball. And LeBron, honey, you know, you play long enough. You know, you can't be coming at people like that. Now, again, for me, I still stand by the fact that I don't believe that LeBron was trying to do this purposely to hurt Isaiah. I think it just kind of happened that way when he kind of came down, you know, came down, boom, hit you in the head, you know, hit you in the face. I thought it was just the elbow. I thought it was just the hand, because I saw his hand kind of like hit him in the face, but I didn't know it was the elbow. They hit him in the face. Baby, Isaiah was on LeBron's mother at this point. I don't know what words could have been said on the court, honey, but something was said. Isaiah was upset. He was ready to throw them bows. After he already received the bow, he was ready to throw them bows. And everybody kind of separated them. But I think it was in the moment when Isaiah realized he was bleeding from the eye, from the face, and then his mouth. I think when he saw red, he saw red. You see what I'm saying? When he saw that red blood, he saw red literally. And baby, what Mama Joyce be telling us, it ain't a mountain high enough to keep me off your ass, okay? And that's what we were getting from Isaiah. It ain't a mountain high enough or wide enough or a river wide enough or whatever to keep me from you. And that's what we were getting from Isaiah. Girl, he was over there on attack mode, ready to eat LeBron the fuck up. But LeBron was kind of like not trying to engage in it. He was like backing up, like, this ain't got nothing to do with me, honey. Like, you know, he was letting people get in front of him. Like, LeBron was not with the action of trying to fight you, right? Because at first I'm looking at it like, well, LeBron didn't hit you in the face with his hand. If his hand can do that much damage, then imagine what his fist would do. You might want to tone it down. Cool it down. Stop, okay? You losing control, honey. And yeah, both of them ended up getting ejected from the game. It was like nobody could calm this man down. Not his teammates, not his coaches, not the referees. I was I was hollering, to be honest with you, because I couldn't believe that this was actually happening in real life. Like, is this really going on? Is this really happening? But I felt bad for him because I was like, listen, Isaiah, nobody's really going to know you, in my opinion. Y'all let me know. Y'all basketball lovers. I said, nobody's going to really know you after this point, aside from you being the person that tried to jump on LeBron. And I don't know how long. I feel like at the first chance that they get, they probably going to try and trade you, dear heart. They're going to try and get you off the team. And I just think that was a bad call for him to try to come at LeBron, even though he was bleeding. But he was trying to be on LeBron's head top before he even realized and noticed that he was bleeding. So, yeah, it's a little off for me. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts and comments about this situation. I will say this. Not only did both of them get ejected from the game, and I was kind of like, well, what? And I'm not even a crazy fan of LeBron, to be honest with you, okay? But I'm just like, why LeBron got to sit out? He ain't even do that to this man like that. Why y'all got to eject him from the game? He wasn't trying to run up on this man. This man was running up on him. Calm down. But then turned around and both of them got suspended for one game. Both got suspended. Now, I want to believe that when you get suspended from a game, you also lose out on the opportunity to collect money for that game. Possibly, I don't know. But it's like, you over here messing up your bag. But, you know, once again, I can't fault him. Because when you see red and you see that you're bleeding and you feel like somebody did something intentionally, then you probably are going to try to run up on them and hit them. But y'all, whatever advice y'all got for Isaiah, honey, leave it down in the comments, because I really feel like moving forward, it's not going to look too good for your boy. Okay? But like I said, honey, either way, good luck. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to something else. We have to talk about Miss Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake. Janet Jackson is working on her documentary about, I'm believing, yeah, it's about her career and stuff. And it's definitely going to cover the incident of the Super Bowl that happened many years ago. I feel like I probably was in high school when this happened, maybe early college, when this happened with Justin and Janet. They performed for the Super Bowl. There was a dance going on. He reached over, grabbed her top, snatched it, leaving her breast exposed, right? But I could have sworn her breast was covered. I always thought that her breast was covered by like a star or something red. I think something was covering her nipple or whatever. So I always thought that that was a part of the performance, right? For them to do the dance and he snatched it off, exposing her breast or whatever. Whatever the risque song they were doing, I thought it was supposed to go with that. And that wasn't the case. When I tell y'all, after this Super Bowl performance, Janet started to lose opportunities. I think she was supposed to be in the documentary of Lena Horne or somebody. She was supposed to be she was supposed to play a biopic, basically. She was supposed to be in a biopic as one of the main characters. And I keep thinking it was Lena Horne, but I'm not sure. And that opportunity was snatched away from her. A lot of opportunities after that, you know what I'm saying, was kind of snatched from up under Janet. But at the end of the day, it hurt her, in my opinion, but I feel like it didn't hurt her because of the family that she came from, because she's still a Jackson. Her brother, one of the biggest artists and continuing to be one of the biggest artists post-death, you know what I'm saying, is Michael Jackson. So baby girl was gonna get it, period. But you know, it was an unfortunate situation, because when you look at it on a black and white type of scale, it was like Justin was the one that committed the act, which is reach and snatch. But for some reason, nobody cared about how it made Janet feel in that moment, and whether or not that was something that was supposed to happen or not supposed to happen. If it was something that was not supposed to happen, you left her exposed. Not only did you leave her breast exposed and she covered it, but you also left her exposed to the attacks that followed from the media and the fans and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's kind of, you know, messed up. But when you, like I said, when you look at it on a black and white scale, it's like she was the one that received most of the ridicule, and he didn't, even though he was the one to snatch it and pull it open, right? So yeah, she's going to be doing a documentary. I like documentaries. That's number one. I really love documentaries. I was just sitting up here with my mom on Thanksgiving watching the Turpin documentary that you guys should check out on Hulu if you got Hulu, about these kids that it was like 13, 12, no, 12 kids. I think it was 12 kids. And then you had the 2 parents, which made the 2 parents. No, it was 13 kids, I think. And then the 2 parents, so it was like 15 people in the house. Yeah. 13 kids, honey, malnourished, dirty, filthy, ain't take baths in over a year and all this other stuff. I know this situation happened a few years ago. So they were doing like an update on this family. So y'all should check it out, the documentary. The daddy was an engineer, had a pretty decent job or whatever, but was out here like controlling the children. Okay, you had a little girl that was, a woman that was 29 years old and looked like she was damn near probably 12 years old. Like, it was so much stuff going on. Y'all got to check it out. Anyway, it's a good documentary. But anywho, I like documentaries, as I said. So I'm looking forward to watching Janet's documentary on her life, hopefully on her career, on this incident. I don't think she wants the focus to really be about this incident. I think she wants to move forward, move on, but it's a part of her story. So she's going to be open to telling it. But let me tell you, baby, a lot of people ready for this documentary to drop because they ready to expose Justin Timberlake and call him out for the BS. Okay, pretty much. I did see where one of her good friends, the stylist, the person that created her outfit for that Super Bowl and dressed her and stuff, he opened up and talked about how he did his job. He did what he was supposed to do. He organized the outfit, did whatever, and however it was supposed to work, it worked, but it wasn't his fault. Ultimately, the fault of everything was on Justin Timberlake, and he didn't like how Justin Timberlake did not take accountability. If anything, Justin went forward and blamed him for, the outfit malfunction instead of accepting accountability on his own. And that's when the stylist was like, listen, baby, I already know at this point, I will never be friends with him. And she says that, he also goes on to say that this is the stylist saying that I know I did my job, because if I didn't do my job, I would have never gone on to work with Janet, even 6 years after that incident took place. So the person that was really full of SHI is Justin Timberlake. And it seems like Justin finally issued Janet a public apology, like, this year? And I think that's when it was announced that her documentary was coming out. So it's like, okay, now you want to sit up here and apologize. You've been running them up this whole time. You've been enjoying yourself this whole time, just scooting over just a little bit, more and more into the culture because you want to be down so bad, scooting over just a little bit into the culture. And it's crazy because I've liked Justin Timberlake, over the years, but I am always open to hearing the true tea about these artists that we don't really be knowing about. Okay, you trying to be over here in the culture, but when it came down to this Black woman that helped you be a part of this culture, you want to put it down like it was everybody else's fault but yours. No. So people are definitely on Justin's head top. And as soon as the documentary drops, they're going to be surely tap dancing on his head top. And yikes, we're going to see how that's going to go. But Janet did put a post up basically talking about, listen, we're not competing no more. I'm trying to move forward, like love and light, people love and light. Justin ended up liking the post. So we'll see how this going to go. I want to know your thoughts. What are your thoughts about Justin? Were you around when this incident took place? I want to know your thoughts on the Super Bowl and what your reaction was when you saw the snatching of the garment, of the attire. Let me know your thoughts. Do you feel like he left her out there high and dry? Were you one of the people that felt like it was Miss Janet's fault? Where do you place the blame? Okay, let me know your thoughts overall regarding the Janet situation and everything that I've discussed today on the quick chat. Doja Cat in this R&B situation, Keke Wyatt coming back to TV, Iman Shumpert, and I know I'm messing that up, but Iman winning Dancing with the Stars, as well as Isaiah and LeBron. That's all I got. I'm Jamie, that's me, honey. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie, that's me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.